about to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not really.
Hello friends and enemies. Welcome back to Happy For Now. It's me, Isabel, here with my end of the year TBR. So here's the deal. I just did a fall TBR, I know, but I'm not doing a winter TBR until January, so I wanted to share like some of the top priority books I want to get to before this year is out, and that means end of the year TBR. These are different books. I'm also almost done with my fall TBR, so look at me go. I'm so proud of myself. I purposely did not pick a lot of books. But yeah, let's talk about the books I'm prioritizing for the end of the year. I have some interesting ones picked out and I'm really excited to get to, and I will have timestamps for y'all down below if you want to hop around to anything specific. We'll do books, we'll do ARCs, which are advanced reader copies, and we will do manga. So let's dive right in. First up, I have His Leading Lady by Jenny Nordbak. I adore Jenny. I listen to her podcast, The Wicked Wallflowers, and the Bonkers Romance podcast. I think she is just such a great voice in the romance community, and she also wrote like a book about being a dominatrix. So that's the whole thing she's done. But her book came out and I know it's super sex positive and I haven't read a ton of reviews for it yet, and I just really want to make sure I read this before the end of the year. I'm very excited for her fiction debut. And yeah, I just feel like she probably writes a really good romance and it's gonna have some really good BDSM elements, so you know I'm here for it. Then I have A Lot Like Adios by Alexis Daria. I really liked You Had Me at Hola, but I think I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous to start this. I think it's because I really liked You Had Me at Hola. I've seen not a lot on A Lot Like Adios, to be honest with you, so that has me nervous. That's why I'm nervous. But I do plan on getting to it before the end of the year, because Alexis Daria is another one of those authors that I just keep buying, because no matter what, I usually enjoy her books. Even if it's a 3-star, as long as I have a good time, that's all I need. I also would like to start / finish the Stay a Spell series, which is Wolf Gone Wild is the first book by Juliet Cross. So I started this like last year, the first Love in the Night, and then I saw that the audiobook was coming and I didn't read it, and now I have the audiobook, so I just need to read the book. So I am planning to read the book and hopefully listen to it very soon this month. I mean, it is kind of the right time of year right now. This is a story set in New Orleans about some sisters who are witches. Our first book I know follows a shifter called Mateo and the girl, and she's like trying to help him break a spell or something. It's fine. I don't remember. I read it like what I read of it was a while ago, but I'm very excited to actually like be part of the crowd and have read this. Then we have The O'Malleys by Katie Robert. I've been slowly working through these as my holds come in from the library. I'm listening to them via audiobook from my library. And I have read three of them. I'm on book 4 right now of The O'Malleys. And this is her Irish mafia romance. This is one of her first series where she like really leaned into what we see now for Katie Roberts writing. So I am really excited to see what's to come as I continue the series. I can definitely see the origins of like her bonker pants stories that she writes now in these books. So loving that. I also am hoping to start the Psy Changeling series, which means at least reading Slave to Sensation by the end of this year by Nalani Singh. This is like a lot of people's favorite paranormal series. It's the other one I would say ranks with like Immortals After Dark and Kate Daniels, which is more urban fantasy beyond the point, but it ranks up there for a lot of people and I really want to read it. I did read book 12 in the series, Heart of Obsidian, already and loved it, and now I need to go back and make my way through again and reread Heart of Obsidian. Then we have Kate Daniels. I am currently on book 5.5 in the series, which is Gunmetal Magic, and I would like to get to book 8 before the end of the year maybe, or at least through Gunmetal Magic and book 6. We'll see. I am on my reread / finish the series journey. I kind of paused for a minute because I just wasn't feeling it, like not in a bad way, just like I was not in the mood for urban fantasy, so I waited. But yeah, I am excited to get a little further in Kate Daniels, and then of course I've been watching the live shows with Heather from Hia Booktubes, Steph from Novelty Corner, and Megan from Meowth Vader, where they talk about the Kate Daniels series as I read through it. I think they're on like book 4 or 5 right now. I'm not, don't take my word for it. Then I have just a blanket goal, which is to read 5 more Christina C. Jones. I made a tracker in my Notion to track all of Christina C. Jones's books, and I have not read enough. Let me put it that way. She has a massive backlist. It's very hard to get caught up / keep up with her books. So I am going to at least read 5 more because most of them are short. If you have specific ones you want to see me read, let me know. I'm hoping to finish the Love Sister trilogy. And I think I want to finish the Vegas Nights series. I have 1 more book left in that, and then I'll just pick up 2 others. Who knows which ones? We'll see. And then I also have Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers that I would like to read. This is a fiction novel that has a heavy romance plotline. All I know is there's a wedding in Vegas, and I am a sucker for that as someone who did get married in Vegas. I just think it's really fun. And last, the only YA on my list is Iron Widow by Zirin J. Zhao. I think I got that right. Anyways, I am waiting for my hold from the library on this, and I'm very excited. It's Pacific Rim meets Handmaid's Tale and Chinese mythology. I love this cover. I think it looks so cool. So I just know that I'm going to have a fun time when I do finally read it, I think. All right, let's talk about arcs. So I have an arc problem, video coming eventually on my arc problem. But because of my arc problem, that means I need to prioritize some arcs before the end of the year. So I picked out 5 arcs that I'm going to read before the end of the year. First up, we have Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This comes out next spring. I'll put the date up. I don't have the exact date off the top of my head. But yeah, so this comes out next spring. This follows Piper's sister, who we met in It Happened One Summer. And I'm really, really excited for it, and I cannot wait to dive into it. I just don't want to read it until like December, because I want to read it like close to when it comes out, but I do want to read it before it comes out. So I'm thinking this will be a December read. Also, like, if it's gloomy and gross out, perfect. Like, perfect December read. Also, living in the South, like, it's not even gonna be that cold, it's fine. Then I also have In a New York Minute by Kate Spencer. I don't know a lot about this. I listened to a podcast that Kate Spencer's on called Forever 35. Some of y'all may listen to it, some of you may not, I don't know. But this is her debut romance book, and I'm really curious to see how it is. It is coming out with Forever Publishing, I know that, and she's talked about it a little bit on the podcast, and I know that it's like a New York City rom-com. It sounded cute. I didn't really read the synopsis. I just kind of listened to her talk about it loosely. I think they have like a meet cute in the city, and we go from there. I'm hoping it's good. But it comes out next spring, so I would like to get to it before it releases. Then I have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I do have 5 books, I lied. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Erica Ridley. This is a sapphic historical that comes out at the end of October. I probably won't get to it right before it comes out, but we'll be very close. I just want to read it because it's sapphic and historical, and I love historical sapphics. Shocker, I know. I have a couple other historical sapphics I need to read for review, and I haven't gotten to yet either, so, you know, who knows. Then we have All the Feels by Olivia Dade, which comes out at the end of October as well. This is the sequel to Spoiler Alert, and I have an arc, and I do need to get to it. I loved Spoiler Alert. I expect to love this. I think I have a plan of when I'm reading this, but I'm not going to tell you when, but you'll see it on the vlog thumbnail, I'm sure. But yeah, I will be reading this very close to when it comes out, because I don't like being too ahead on Olivia Dade's books. Like, I like to almost read them, like, same for Tessa Bailey, like close to when they come out, so I'm not like sitting on them internally and know what to talk to about it. Then the last one is For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. This is a beast fantasy novel. This is about a girl who has to be sacrificed to this beast in the woods, and it's her adventure doing that, and things are not what they seem. That's all I got. Katie Robert and a whole bunch of other people I follow loved this book, so I knew I wanted to pick it up, and I got an arc of it by chance, so I was like, well, we'll get to that, and that seems like a perfect end of the year read. Last, we have manga. So I do want to read a good bit of manga before the end of the year. I mean, I plan to continue reading my releases as they come out that I already read, but I do have a couple series I'm hoping to finish and decide if I want box sets of, etc. So first of all, we have Tokyo Ghoul. I'm currently on volume 5. I think this is like I don't know how many volumes Tokyo Ghoul is. I'll tell you right here. But I do think I can reasonably finish this series, honestly, probably before the end of the year without trying too hard. Plus my Brooklyn Library card has all of them, so that's a very easy solution. And I've really liked this so far. This is about a bunch of ghouls who are kind of like zombies, and they're kind of fighting the police department to stay alive and not get taken out. It's a whole thing. And I also really want to read Demon Slayer. So I know season 2 is coming, obviously, like very soon. But I want to read the mangas. My partner has already read them, and I think we might do a sit-down video together where we talk about Demon Slayer if I do read all the mangas for my members. But yeah, like I just really want to read Demon Slayer. I love the anime. I loved Mugen Train. I just need more Demon Slayer in my life. So I feel like the best solution is to read the manga. And last but not least is Shortcake Cake. This is by a mangaka who wrote a series I'm loving right now called A Sign of Affection. And I want to go back and I want to go back and read Shortcake Cake because I really liked volume 1. The art's really cute, the style's really cute, love all of it. This is a romance about a girl who's staying, I think she moves closer to the school. I can't remember. I read volume 1 like early this year. So yeah, it's like 12 volumes. I already own them all. I just need to dive in and read it because, you know, manga piles up really quickly and it doesn't take long to read. So ideally I could get through all of these pretty quickly. Yeah, that is my end of year TBR. Let me know if there's anything you're prioritizing to make sure you get through before the end of the year. And if you don't want to do that, you can leave me a clock emoji in the comments because like we're counting down to the end of the year, y'all. It is so much closer than I want it to be. So much closer. But yeah, that is it for my TBR. There will be links in that description box to all of the books I talked about, as well as links to be my friend anywhere on the internet or join my memberships if you would like extra bonus content and early access to videos like this. I will see y'all in just a few days. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we